Marshall Costner here with Costner Building Group, and we are on a job that we have just started. We have just put the foundation in, and so at this time, this is one of the most exciting times through the new build process. There's all the excitement of the home that is getting ready to be built. You can see the promise about what's to be delivered, and we have just started. And so today we're going to be talking about a lot of the little things that we do on a home and just around the site that are little things that we do to make sure that everything is kind of set up for success. So today, let's walk through it and see what we can see. So the first thing we do when we come onto a job site is we put in the temporary construction entrance. We like to put the temporary construction entrance in the same location that the driveway will eventually be installed. So on this project, it's going to be a courtyard house, so we're actually going to have two driveways, but we're only utilizing one at this time. So the other one will be on the far side of the project, but right now this is where all the construction traffic will come in and out. And the first thing we do is we put these 3 timbers down, and this is to keep a nice straight edge and to protect the asphalt road. And so we lock these in with timber screws. So these are active, one solid member, and that member protects as the heavy trucks roll off of the road and onto the job site. The other thing that we do is we make sure that we have 6 inches of stone here. And as you can see, the stone kind of moves around as the heavy trucks come in and off the property, especially when the concrete truck is coming or a delivery is being made. Those trucks are very heavy and they're going to move with the soil or with the rocks. And as they move across with the rocks, if they get onto the actual job site, they're going to get dirt on it. And as they come off, that dirt gets mixed in with the rocks because the rocks are moving. And so that's how we get our dirt. And this allows us to keep the roads cleaner to where we don't have to wash the roads as often, but also protects the road and the job site from that transition point. Now, we do overbuild our temporary construction entrance, and that is to protect our culverts. And so in this neighborhood, the way that the water is drained off the property is to these culverts, and they go around and they eventually go away into a wetland somewhere. So we go ahead and put in the actual culverts that is going to be installed on this project, and we bring the construction entrance all the way over to the edge. That is to protect the flared end. When we actually put in the driveway, this will be shortened back up, and the rocks that are here will become the bed of the concrete right here. And so these rocks will not be wasted. They will actually be part of the finished construction. We will cut it down so it is appropriately height, but then we'll just spread the rocks out through the driveway. Another thing we do at the very beginning of a job is we clear the job site. And so we get rid of any trees, we grade it appropriately to what the civil engineer has requested, but we also plan an area to take all the spoils. So when we dig the footings or when we do the clearing, sometimes there's extra dirt, and that will be placed in one location. And so that'll be placed here in this nice, neat pile. And in this job, it happens to be at the rear of the project. And so we have this pile, and after the home is built up, we will use this dirt to backfill the house to make sure that we have positive drainage away from the house and water runs out to the culverts that we were just looking at. And so this dirt pile will live here throughout construction, and we will just maintain it here and pull the dirt from it as needed to ensure positive drainage for the house. Here we are at the front of the home, and we are standing on the foundation. And so here is the footing that has been dug. The very next step that we're gonna do is we're gonna put a capillary break on top of the footing. And so the point of the capillary break is so when water from the ground seeps into the concrete, it doesn't push up and wick into the foundation wall. And so when we have this done, we'll have the capillary break across it. It's our next step. It is a black tar product that is waterproof and will not allow water to go in either direction. But once we have the foundation wall and it is waterproof, the water will come, it'll hit, it'll then get into the foundation drain, and it'll go away as appropriate. Any groundwater would come up and kind of be sitting there and then dissipate back into the ground once the rain event has subsided. We also as a precaution on all of our homes, we do put in a sump pump. So if that groundwater level were to get to be too high underneath the home, we do have the plastic on top, so that water would be between the plastic and the ground, and the sump pump will suck it out and it'll act like a straw, sucking it away from the home. Once we get the construction entrance in, the other very important thing that we have to do is we have to put the silt fence in. And what this does is we're gonna have water run off of our job and it's going to need to go away. And so we have exposed the earth into where all we have left is, in the Carolinas, typically nice red clay soil. And so we don't want that red clay soil getting into the water and then down onto the neighboring projects, into the neighbor's yard, or even if it's a very large parcel, just outside of our construction zone. We want to maintain all of that on our construction zone, but we have to let the water out. So we have these outlets here. And so we put chicken wire up, and then we pour 57 stone right here up against it, and then the water will come, and you can kind of see it's been pooling here and it slowly dissipates out, but the clay and dirt soil stays on this side. It cleans it out and allows it to go through. And so we'll see in a minute how on the other side we have nice clean grass, but on this side we have nothing but clay soil, and it has rained on our job site very heavily multiple times. And so that is what the silt fence is here to do. It prevents the soil from leaving our construction site and making sure that the water as it leaves is clean. So here we are on the other side of the silt fence. Nice red clay, completely disturbed soil, and then we still have grass. And as you can see, it looks like we cut it in because we cut the silt fence into the ground, and it is already starting to hold back the soil because it has rained several times since we have started this project. But as you can see, we don't have clay, and my hand is still clean. I just raked it through the grass. It's just clean grass on the other side of the silt fence, and that's why we must maintain this throughout construction. Anytime we see a rip or tear, we do go ahead and repair it. We do have a rip right down there. It has been noted yesterday, and it'll be fixed before the end of the day today. I'm currently standing in the neighbor's grass, and often when we're building a home, there is an established neighbor just on the other side of our silt fence, and we want to make sure that their yard stays just as clean and pretty as it would normally throughout once the home is completely built. We want to make sure that we're not taking that dirt and pushing it on. And as you can see, their grass looks beautiful and does not have clay all throughout it as if we did not have our silt fence. Their pine needles are not covered in clay. Our silt fence is doing exactly what it's supposed to do, and we'll maintain this throughout the project to ensure that your relationship with your neighbors is not soured from day one. So here we are on a finished project that we did last year, and just wanted to show how the construction entrance to final kind of got transitioned. And so I'm standing here at the entrance of the driveway, and you can see that the asphalt maintained its line throughout construction. It's not jagged and rigid and broken up because we had the timbers here, and then we used the stone that we talked about and we pinched in for the driveway. And so we have this beautiful inlay right here with the flagstone and a wonderful transition here with the road. And then we have our culverts over here, and this is how they get finished out. And so, you know, the culvert got pinched back. It's in wonderful condition. It's allowing water to flow down as necessary. Another very important thing to do on your custom new construction home is to do a mock-up panel. And this shows you all of the different colors on the outside of the home. It's very difficult to change those colors once you get them up on the house. But here, if the client were to select something different, it's not that big of a deal, especially like, hey, we just don't like this paint color, we want to paint it a different one. Super simple, just come over here and paint it, make sure that you like it on your home site too, you know. And so this is exactly how the sun's going to be on your home, and so you can see everything in real time. So, you know, we see our window color, we see our brick color, we see our headers, we see our garage door here, and we see the different, you know, we're gonna have a shake style and we're gonna have a lap style on this home. And so you can see both of those all on one place. And so it is a mock-up panel, so everything about it's not completely perfect. Like, we didn't put the flashing down at the bottom here like we would when it's actually turned over, but we did still show how the water management system works on here, and we'll show that in here in a minute. But we even go so far as to show the flagstone. So we had the 3 pieces of the flagstone here at the bottom up against the home. And this really helps out a lot, because a lot of times when you go make a selection, you see a little board that's, you know, just 6 bricks or so, and it looks good, and you're like, oh, I would like that on my entire house. And you can go and see other homes that have it, but you know, the color of your mortar that you select is 30% of what you see on the wall, and that has a huge, drastically different appearance in how it plays with your brick. And so we do it here on the Mockup panel. We make it big enough to where we can see the color profiles and make sure that it is what you want on your home. And then here on this side, another thing that we do is we show how the roll lock makes its turn. And so you can kind of see two different sides of it, and you can see what one side elevation will look like versus the other, and how we have direct sunlight on this side where we only had partial on that side. So you can kind of see a holistic version of your house right here on your Mockup panel. And then another thing that we have started doing that we have found to be very helpful, a lot of people don't fully understand the rain screen and how it works, but when we show it like this and we explain, it's that aha moment. And so we see the bug screen and how the brick mortar goes up against, and so if any water were to get through, it's able to work its way through the rain screen and down and out. And so in the brick, it'll come out through the weep system, and so you'll have, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little water spouts coming out. And so people have seen that and they're like, oh, we have a problem. Actually, that's the water that previously was trapped behind your house. Now we have given that water way out. We've managed the water, and when we manage the water, we don't have a problem. Thanks for watching today. Hope you've enjoyed learning about what we do at the beginning of our job sites and what we do specifically on the job site to get it prepared to build the beautiful home. Please stay tuned to watch the home come to life. And also, if you want to see more helpful tips, please like and subscribe. We look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks.